Hello, this is Marshallie, and welcome to my garden diary. Today is the 7th of June 2021. So, the foxgloves in the garden have started blooming, and these are the white ones, and they have purple speckles inside. So, these are quite nice. So the foxglove is has a long spike, and it can grow up to 2 meters. So this will continue growing. This is how the flowers open. They start opening from the bottom there, and then they will continue going up to the very peak there. And so this is almost, sorry, this is, yeah, it's almost a meter long already. And all of those closed buds will open. And so I think this will maybe reach to grow to 2 meters when everything is open. So the foxglove, they come in different colors. So this one is a white or beige with purple, but it could also be pink like that one. But and also it could come in yellow and purple as well. And as you can see, the patterns on the flower, they're quite different. So each flower will have a slightly different pattern on it. So I have these ones here. I make sure that I plant these at the back of the garden where it's not so easy to get to, because the flowers and the leaves can be are toxic. So they're beautiful flowers, but this is if you have kids around or pets, then this is not something that you want to put in your garden where the kids can get to it or the pets can get to it, because they can get sick. So keep these plants away from pets and children, and put them somewhere in the garden where you're not, it's kind of tucked away. So so those, I usually plant them in clusters of 3 because they look better that way. So there are 2 over here, and then if I go over here, there are some other here. So this one is a darker shade of pink, and it has a type of lip, and I have some more here as well. And I like these because they really give a vertical beauty to the gardens, because the flowers will go way up vertical and they get quite tall. So by middle summer, these will be the tallest blooming plants in the garden. And so they're quite nice to have. And because they're at the back, then they do fill in space at the back. So, you can see them quite nicely if from anywhere in the garden. They're not very fussy. I don't really worry about them. I just treat them the same way I do all the plants in the garden, just keep them watered. But I don't, apart from making sure that they are tucked away where kids or animals can't get them, I don't worry about if they're getting enough sun, or if they're getting enough light, or if they're getting enough water or anything like that. I just basically treat them like all the other plants in the garden. So as you can imagine, because there are so many blooms on this plant, then they do produce quite a lot of seeds. And because I don't want them to plant themselves out too much in the garden, what I'll do is that I'll try and make sure that I cut off the flower spikes, because before the seeds get dry and spread themselves. That can be a little bit difficult because of the staggered blooming, because when these bloom at the bottom are spent, then those at the top have just started. So I just try my best to get rid of all the dried seed pods, and if they do sow themselves out, then I try and just as soon as I realize what they are, then I just pay, I take them up, or I weed them out of the garden and throw them away, the ones that I don't want. And then when it's finished blooming, I just cut them back, and then most of the time, if they're strong, healthy plants, then they will rebloom or reflower the next year. Right. So that is going to be it for today. That was foxglove or foxgloves. And again, nice vertical structure to the garden, but be careful because they can be quite toxic. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.